Greeting fellow Rotarians, I'm your president, Michael Lisser from the Petaluma Rotary Club. 5 years until we have our 100th anniversary, and before we begin, I just like a moment of solitude. We're missing the bell. We were missing the gavel. I have my 10 rudimentary gavels here, but immediate past president, Chris Ranny, look what he produced today. A beloved gavel. Ho-ho! But we're still missing the bell, so this is my third week, 3 times. Welcome to Petaluma Rotary Club, and I hope you are having a good time today. We got a very great agenda coming up, and so first off, we started off, for those of you who didn't go to the district conference last year, where dreams take flight, and so we're going to go ahead and start with our agenda for today. So first up, we start with the Pledge of Allegiance to the flag, and for Assistant District Governor Len Geraldi, would you be so kind as to help us with the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Followed up right away, we are going to have the club song, and so I would like to volunteer for the club song. Does anybody have a singing voice today? Who would like to volunteer to do the club song today? Okay, well, Greg, it's between you, Chris, and Greg. You want to auction it off? Okay, do it together on 3. 1, 2, 3. Oh, gambler, I'm a gambler, I'm a green lumber handler. I'm a shippo from Pelican Bay. So raise up your glasses and have fun on me. I'm a fellow you seldom do see. So a lot of us are yippos here, gypsies of sorts that used to be up at the lumber country. And today we are going to take a look at a little bit of background. If you haven't heard this, you've maybe heard of Irving Berlin, the person who came up with a very special song, and his family in about 1905 escaped from Europe. His house was burned down. They were immigrants. They had to go through at Ellis Island. Unfortunately, they were allowed to come into this country. Eventually, he went into the military service, and he wrote a song. He wrote a song that was much longer than the one that we know in today. But he originally wrote this song was to promote peace. So let's sing the peace song. And Judy, would you please help us with the song? God bless America. Okay, sure. Well, go ahead and help. Just help promote peace. Sing the song, if you would.
Okay,
God bless America, land that I love. Stand beside her and guide her through the night with the light from above, from the mountains to the prairies, to the oceans, white with foam. God bless America, my home, sweet home. God bless America, my home, sweet home. Hey, thank you all. How many of you knew that one of the words in this was changed to not be a political? So we are not a political organization, but this one word right here, light, it used to be right. And they changed it to light, so there you go. In the 1950s, that was changed. But this was a song that was championed by President Franklin, also by Ronald Reagan, and so it has a lot of history to the song, as does our club. So, thought for the day is from Michael Kerwan, who always has quite a pithy thought. Michael, would you come up and share your thought for the day? This might be a moaner, we're not sure, but he has a big reputation as past president, so hang on. Now, these people, Elias, please, would you take Elias, can you help us with this? Anything that goes bad, Elias, you know what happens from here on out. It's always...
What do you need help with?
Our microphones don't seem to be working today.
You set me up.
Only $100 a shot, right?
There we go.
Oh, okay, you're good, Elias.
Usually they turn the microphone off because they think I'm thoughtless. Putting away the old sense of humor and coming up with some serious thoughts is, I was playing golf a few weeks ago and somebody was really upset about not doing very well. And the thought occurred to me and I transferred it on to him, after which he said several expletives. What I told him is, look, we're out here playing golf. Some kid in the world is looking for his next meal. So how rough is your life really? So it's all relative, as Mr. Einstein used to say. So it's good for all of us to remember that when we think we have a problem, think about some kid who's just hoping he gets to eat today, and your problem will go away real fast. The other thing is I think all of us have this, for better lack of description, I used to describe it as the warrior and the poet inside of all of us. And somebody else described it as two wolves. One is conscientious and happy and forgiving and loving and trusting, and the other one is just angry all the time. And you have to ask yourself, which one will win that war in your heart? And the answer is the one you feed the most.
Very good. Thank you. And let's have a moment of friendship. Please see your guests there, give handshakes, hugs, hellos, welcomes. This is a favorite part of our meeting right here. So Irving Berlin did serve in the armed forces, and he wrote another song called Someday I'm Going to Murder the Bugler. Someday they're going to find him dead. I'll grab him by his reveille and step upon it heavily and spend the rest of my life in bed. Oh, thank you. That was very thoughtful. That was a nice thought for the day also. So, visiting Rotarians. I don't know if we have any visiting Rotarians today, do we? Do we have? I don't see any visiting. Oh, an assistant district governor. Oh, okay, come on up. Would you like to announce them? Okay, you need a microphone. I don't know where the other microphone is, but we'll just keep that one rotating. Go for it.
Thank you, President Michael. Our our visiting Rotarian is Len Geraldi, who's assistant district governor for District 513, and he'll be our speaker today. Our guest today is Ray Broussard, who's a realtor here in Petaluma. He's the guest of Ben and Trammell. And our second guest is Allison Caney. She's the CEO of the Sonoma Marin Fair. She's the guest of Michael Wilson.
Okay.
Please welcome her.
Okay, welcome. And on that note, Allison, I've always been saying Kearney. I apologize. I didn't realize that it's heavy on the A. Yes, please.
President Mike Stephen notes sent a request from the crowd that you need to know about that. So.
Oh, right now? I'll get it as soon as this. Thank you. Okay, we'll get that in just a moment. So, at any rate, Allison, this has been great to have you. I know you have a couple things going on with the fair in the last couple of months. You're 60 acres, and I know in 2023, what's going to happen going on. I'm sure there's a couple things that are on your plate. So thank you for taking the time and being here. I was looking at your credentials. I went onto LinkedIn and Bachelor's of Liberal Arts, San Francisco State, MBA, Cal Poly. Sounds like she's interested in my job. And I looked at the next one, PhD, nonprofit organization. She's interested in Len's job, I think, at Capella University. The things you've done with the 4-H in Marin County, after schools, reach out, recruitment for middle management structure. Yeah, definitely interested in Len Geraldi's job. And then we get to financing, budgeting, annual reports for UC Davis. Wow. Served on California State Incentives and Recognition Committee, and gave Leadership Petaluma class a briefing on fair operations. So I think probably Brendan Trammell and Mike Harris and some of the people in our city that you have influenced a lot of people. So once again, thanks so much for coming. I hit the wrong button. There we go, got it back on again. Okay, next up, celebrating birthdays. July 3rd, Renee. July 4th, Jane. July 10th, Royce. July 11th, Mike Badley. July 15th, Orst. And anniversaries, I will get to in a minute. They said, open the bag. Open the bag. So let's see what's in the bag. Oh, there's a note on the outside here. Oh, yeah, you always got to look at the note first. Oh, it's right here. I see. Look at this. President Nestler. Well, close. It's I. I have your bell. If you want to see it again, you must meet our demands. Your first task will be given to you today. When you have completed these tasks efficiently, you will be given our next demand. How special. We're going to fingerprint this sucker. Today's task, you must eliminate the use of any wearable microphone. Oh, this hurts. Or headset for today's meeting. 726, you must also wear the enclosed uniform for today's meeting. Oh, I have a uniform. Oh, I love uniforms. Nothing like dress up. Any effort to evade these demands will be met with the, dismemberment of your bell. Well, you know, for myself, I'd probably let it go, but if it happens to be for the club, I mean, I am a good club. This looks like something that Lee had to wear. Now, Lee got here a little early today, and as I remember his debunking, I guess, it expands, so let's see if I can, it's actually kind of cute, don't you think? So, let's see. Oh, over my head? I thought maybe I wore it around my midsection. Oh, well, I'm going to kind of jump into it. This is the way, we did in the military. We don't take time. We keep a lower profile so we don't get shot when we stay low, so. Oh, I kind of like this. So I got to give up this also? Oh, damn. Okay. I didn't see about how many other demands there would be, but I guess that's...
Green things.
What?
Green thing right here.
There's 3? Oh. Are you serious? Oh, man. Okay. For the club. I got my fairy wings, boys and girls. I think women are better than putting these kind of stuff. Oh, that's so good. Okay, suckers, here we go.
To catch a thief, an inside job.
There must be some way to the bottom of this. My bell, where would my bell be? Well, let's take a look at the ransom letter again. President Nestler, we have your bell. We have your bell. President Nestler, wait a second. That's not Nestler, it should be Nistler. We might be onto something. Let's take a look in the lab and see what we can find. Nestler. Okay, here we are. Nestler. Let's go ahead and zoom in on that. Okay. I don't see anything here. President Nestler. Well, I'll tell you what. Let's see if I've got any emails from Nestler. So, okay, we'll go over here in Yahoo Mail, and we're going to search for Nestler, Nestler. And here's one from, what? Chris Rennie to Michael Nestler. No, that's okay. Oh, wait. Oh, he sent it also to a Michael Nestler? What's up with that? Oh, he sent it to my Nestler at Bridgehand's account, but he spelled my name wrong. He spelled it Nestler. Oh my goodness, it's been Chris Rennie all this time that's taken the gavel, his own gavel, and also spelling my last name wrong, sending emails to Nestler, whoever that is. Oh, Chris.
We're onward and upward. So, anniversaries, July 7th, Rick and Leslie. July 18th, Jay and Kareem. And the 19th, Danny and Debbie, who are off in Hawaii. Aloha, having a great time for their anniversary. On the 20th, Royce and Genevieve. And anniversary celebrations, also James and Angie, Ricardo and Nicole, Sherry and spouse. No, it's not in the Club Owner database, but who would that be? Oh, it's Chris. Is it Rainey or Rani? I never know how to pronounce this name. Yeah, Chris Rani. Oh, yes. Okay, coming up on the 28th. How cool is that? And Brian and Stephanie. So let's wish everybody a happy anniversary and happy birthday, and let's sing the song. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Militarians. Happy birthday to you. Wow. I think I like this microphone. My singing voice is growing by the minute. And I think that Sherry Berwin had something she wanted to come up. There's a special day for her. And so, Sherry, would you please approach and tell us about the two things today that this makes it very special for your Rotary career and some of your health. Stay tuned.
This is a special day for me, the 26th of July. In 1996, I was installed in Rotary in Palm Springs, so it's my 22nd year in Rotary. And at the same time at my Rotary Club, my first husband was still alive, I announced that I had been diagnosed with breast cancer. And my Rotarians all stood up and clapped and all came to me afterwards and hugged me and said, whatever you need, we're for you, because my husband was having chemo from colon cancer and I got breast cancer. So this day is so special because Rotary came through for me. And I want to thank you so much for letting me be here for 10 years, plus. And thank you, and 26 is great for me. Thank you. And $22 towards my fine.
Okay, I think somebody's got the fine can, so indeed, thanks again for bringing up and sharing those special thoughts. Okay, next, Prince Mike Caruana attacks Sleeping Beauty Princess. What? Elise Hempel's thorny patch around the PSCC castle. Mike Caruana, would you come up and tell us what this is all about? What is going on? Come on up, Mike.
We don't want this one, do you?
Do you like my costume? Does it work for you? First of all, I resent the fact that I've taken a drop in rank. I'm supposed to be King Mike.
That's our past president, King Mike.
Yeah, and the beauty wasn't sleeping. She's a bundle of energy, this Elise Hempel. I don't know if you've ever met her. When you're talking to her, you feel like you should have a seatbelt on. So, she's the head of the People's Petaluma Service. No, Petaluma People's Service. I know it's something like this. 3 Ps.
There we go. Let's just look at this up. Maybe right on. Follow up on it.
And in the back of their area, they have a place where they want children who are temporarily displaced due to abuse and God knows what else, where they can go and sit and just be quiet and feel safe. And they want to make it into a serenity garden. Unfortunately, there's half the area is being overtaken by blackberry bushes, and the other half has these 2 giant maple trees that are dropping limbs on top of the otherwise serenity garden. And as far as I know, it's bad form to have trees drop on kids while you're trying to make them feel safe. So anyway, we're going to, our club is going to be the head club. We're going to raise funds and get a matching grant from the district. And I said we're going to contribute funds and matching grants from the district, and we're going to fix that garden up. We've got somebody who's going to trim the trees. The same person has agreed to, free of charge to us, remove all the blackberry bushes. which, by the way, is no small contribution and has been quoted as $5,000 to do just that part alone. So anyway, we hope in the next 3 months to have this all done, and the kids and the elderly people who are temporarily housed there will have a nice place to feel safe.
I would like to make a donation of $500 to this project, personal donation.
Thank you very much. Yeah, Congress will make good use of it.
So yeah, we have $2,250 that we put in. The district will match us. We have 3 clubs, that's 13,500, so we are up to 14,000. So thank you very much.
And all of that happens is because all of you are here as Rotarians. Thank you.
Michael, before you go, the paper of the meeting, will you go ahead and sign here on the dotted line, and then I will sign, and we'll get this off today. So we want to get ahead of the curve. It goes up to the district, who many of you know is Jennifer Strong, and so yeah, we'll be ahead of the pack and get it done before the due date. Thank you so much. Okay, next up, I did want to say, how did I find out about this project? And it pays to know people in town, and I know that Mike Harris knows a lot of people. I certainly keep up with him on social media, and so I talked to him. We went out to lunch, and I said, some of the other projects that I was looking to do, the C Street Pocket Park and so on, kind of fell through, and so he was the one that introduced this pocket park to us initially, and then came up with this much better one with the Petaluma People's Service Center. So next up, the board meeting we had last night was quite lively, I must say, and as the partner said, we've only just begun. So we're reevaluating some of our fundraisers. We don't want to be like the Sonoma Valley Club that you heard last week. I remember on previous years they made $1 million and they had all this growth, but we don't want it to be at the expense of the members. And we've got, I think, 34 survey inputs, so we want to do the right thing. So what that means is that on our budget and some of the things, we will keep that contingent until we've had due diligence to talk about what we're going to do on the fundraisers, and that obviously affects then some of the projects. We still have the dictionary distribution open. I'm talking to some people about that, so stay tuned. And we need some shadows for the crab feed, the super raffle, I should say, and the golf tournament. We're in good shape, so thank you for the folks. I'll announce that at a coming meeting, who's going to be some of our new people. But I think part of the idea is we want to have continuity, not just like what Mr. Nistler does in his year, but what happens next. So we've got a great year going, and I want to be sure that the next year follows also. The Stars Mentoring, Ann and Maggie, there we go, stepped up as co-chairs of that, so let's give them, that's a big committee, a big round of applause for that. Wow, that really helps. And membership chair. Oh, somebody who had 15 people they added in her year, Onita Pellegrini. And the team, we will definitely support her. The advisory board council, I think it's very important that we are accountable, not just to ourselves, but to the members. And part of it is to have metrics. How many people came in today? Is the president or his delegated people, are they keeping up to see why aren't they here? What should we be making calls? Things that are important for us to grow the members is that we need to be where we have some past presidents where they can hear what we're doing and give us some coaching. And so obviously any of our board meetings, members are also invited to come, but at the end of each quarter we'll be doing that. And so Ed Fullerton, thank you so much for taking that on. Honorary members, we have 2 that we have already made the approval of. Each year it's the board needs to go through and say, do we want to carry them on for another year? It's a 1-year honorary chair commitment. So the honorary members that we approved so far have been Marlene and Paul, and we have 3 more in discussion. So stay tuned on that. Marlene has had many years of service as well as Harvey, so I'm looking forward to giving her a call and letting her know about that. Okay, coming up very soon, like in this evening, we have the Valento Vineyards. You know about their Pinot Portfolio, and so we have not 3, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12 people going tonight. Now, how about that? I want to give everybody a round of applause. So many of you who are going to be there, and we're going to have a great evening tonight, Club speakers and events. August 2nd, we're going to have where it's going to be your meeting. We're going to talk a lot about our goals, breakout, survey feedback. I certainly want to give you feedback, and thank you all for making your submissions on that. And August 3rd, now, Sherry wasn't able to be here today. She will be this evening, but we have some flyers for the children. We had a couple talks about that. So would any of you, if you want some flyers, let me know now or come up and get them afterwards. But we have, Mike and Rosie was saying we have very good coverage already. But if you have some other places in town that you would like this to be posted, we've got about 100 people, I think, that have signed up. And we'd like to well over 200. It's going to be a great event with music, and I think we're going to have a wonderful time with that. So stay tuned. Next, after that, this will be a big one. In fact, as I was driving up today, I don't know if you were listening to KQED at all this morning, it's Senator Bill Dodd was there. He's also a Rotarian at Napa, and there's a Senate bill, you may have heard Jerry Brown and the fires, and the Senate Bill 1088, which he is a co-sponsor of. And so he'll have some things about what are we doing in the future to deal with things like the fire at the state level. And we'll find out how he does the four-way test as well as to be a politician. Very interesting. So be sure to invite your prospective members. We hope this will be a good one, get a lot of people in. Next up, the Great Petaluma Rotary Badge. It requires 7 things. Complete a submission, personal information, and secretary, check. Attend club board meetings, check. Make up at another club, great to get out and cross-pollinate. Be a greeter twice. Give a 5-minute craft talk. Attend a SCARF or a district event. Participate in a club committee. And I've always said number 8 should beat them all. It's like bring in another member. Hey, you go right to the head of the line. So we have 2 people that are going to come up here, if you would please. And the names are Brandon Trammell and Doug Hecker. Would you come up, please? Hey, hey. Brandon, here you go. Here is your replacement. How do you like it? Good, you earned it. Well deserved. Doug, I thought we had something for you here too today. Did you complete it all? No. Oh, well, so close.
Next time.
Yeah, I just came up to mention that Elias is under the tight microscope of Michael Missler here. So
yeah, thank you for that. And you can feel the noose tightening as we speak, in fact. And also for Royce Van Bever. Royce, congratulations. Job well done. Excuse me, I did have something, Doug. Please, Doug, come back up here. I did have something for you, though. Yeah, I guess I was thinking about you. It was a Freudian slip, but it was a shame you couldn't be here. But last week, this gentleman, this scholar, he went up with his daughter, I think, to, you'd think it would be University of Reno, Nevada, but University of Nevada, Reno, we had a good talk about that. And, I was really, I kind of like technology, like lasers and things. And they've got this Z-Pinch, it's one of these terawatt lasers. And so I don't know really what goes on, what your daughter's going to learn at that school. But tell us a little about what was happening there.
she's going to get a double major in criminal justice and psychology, and then once she finishes, she's going to go to law school.
Congratulations. Well, you must be very proud of it. I know it's probably cost you a lot, but since you were up here, do you feel like stewardship is in the stars? We have a $100 opportunity to show stewardship. Would you like to make a contribute now, or is your cash flow kind of tight? You want to save it?
I'll have to ask Elias.
Oh, Elias. What do you think, Elias? How do you feel?
Personally, I don't think he owes anything because you brought him up.
Oh, it was just while he was up. It just happened. He's so close to his badge. We want to encourage them, but while he's up here, what do you think? Would you like to make
$100? $100.
$100? Oh, thank you. Okay, appreciate it. Thank you, gentlemen. Wow, we are rolling today. 500 there, 100 here. Oh, is this kind of getting a little bit? Okay, next up, the Rotarian of the Month. Here we go. We have 12 Rotarians, 4 of the year, and Onita, who was the Rotarian of the whole year. She'd be right in the middle of it, but, well, I guess we'll go ahead and see if we can do a refresh. I think I have a new one here. And who do we have there? This person has done so much for me, you know, with the Salvation Army project that we have going on. It's been a lot of negotiations with the Petaluma Service Alliance, and you heard about what's going on with the Petaluma People's Service Center. And Mike Caruana, would you come forward? We will be seeing those later, but for right now, we'll have Al take your picture, and I have something for you. Thank you for all you've done. You've been definitely my right arm man, and I can't thank you enough. Do you have anything you would like to say?
Only that you shouldn't wear that in Petaluma. You look great in San Francisco.
I'll do it. Thanks again, once again. Good job. Thank you. Okay, so next up is, we're going to get into our speaker in just a moment, the Assistant District Governor of Area 11. We have 13 areas. As I think I've mentioned before, you can't have 48 presidents going to the district governor, so you have the intermediary. And he is our guardian angel. He's certainly been good for our 3 clubs as well as the 2 up north. So we have also Rancho Cotati and Roner Park. And so then Barb ultimately reports to Barry Lassen. So a little bit about Barbara. She will be coming to our club on just a second on November 1st for a visit, and her motto is "Do Is Right." And Barry's, as we'll have in a minute, it's something about inspiration, isn't it? I think that's what it is. We're going to let Len speak about that. But before we do that, as I make the same mistake all presidents do in the heat of passion, and that is, it is time for a raffle. So, who's got the raffle box? A little bit. Okay, raffle box is here, and so. Would you be so kind? Thank you. I'll let you read off the, I'm going to give you the honor.
2012388.
1388. Do we have a winner? Thank you. Come on up. Okay, now we go to the next step, which is the bag. Let's see, we're going to look in here, and I see some blue and one brown, so go for the warm one. The warm one. Blue or brown? Blue or brown? Blue! Well, you get to have, thinking of tonight, is some of our Bolero wine. So thank you. Can I get a picture? Okay. Congratulations.
Hold on one second. I'm going to interrupt right here. I know I didn't find the airtime on this syndicate today, so
here we go.
I'm going to jump in real quick. There was one announcement that got left out, and I apologize, so I'm going to jump in. In like September 10th, golf tournament is coming up. Okay, it's a booze fest, food fest. Just kidding, it's not a booze fest, but I wanted to get your attention. It's actually a really cool thing. Charlie and I co-chair this thing. This is like the second or third year we've done this. It's a cool event. It's a lot of great food. There's a barbecue lunch. It's awesome. We'll have a dinner. 18 holes. We're bringing back, due to popular demand, the Hackers Package. For those of you guys who remember that, tee it up in the fairway, the grenade from the sand trap, all those different things. So it'll be a cool event. It's on September 10th. It's 12 o'clock. It's here. On the tables, there's a sheet to sign up if you want to get together a foursome. Everybody's welcome. If you've played no golf, if you've played a ton of golf, you're all welcome to play. I think that there was a group of ladies the last 2 years that may have had the most fun that I've seen since I've been doing this. So also, in addition, one of the things that we do is that we try to get a little bit of community sponsorship for this. I know we're always asking for money. If you happen to have anybody in mind that may be interested in doing that, there's a sponsor sheet there on the table. If you know somebody and you need me to close it out, I'm happy to do that. So any suggestions or people that you have in mind, let us know. Yes.
Badly Oliver, Sartori,
Are interested in sponsoring?
yeah, just put us for every ball, whatever.
Absolutely, Mike. You're on, yeah, totally. Yeah, I'll send you an invoice.
Yeah, please.
So with that being said, again, this is one of our bigger
Fundraisers.
fundraisers. Thank you for filling in. Running out of words, but keep that in mind for September 10th, 12 o'clock here at the Country Club. We'll have you in and out here pretty quick. I know.
If they just want dinner, there's a good price on dinner, and that'll be about 5 or 6.
Yeah, 5 o'clock. 5 o'clock with cocktails and stuff like that. If you want to come for dinner, I know one of the things in the past, it's a casual thing. You don't have to come dressed up, ready to go and dance. We won't have a DJ or music, but it will be a good meal, a little presentation, and hopefully we'll have good weather.
As always, thank you, and for Charlie, for all you do. Here today and gone tomorrow. Okay, continuing on.
I think if anyone ever needed proof that Einstein was right and time is relative, they could find it right here in San Diego. I have asked all of you to make public image a priority in your districts in 2018-19. If we want to grow, if we want to attract new members and new partners, if we aspire to make sure that everyone recognizes Rotary and knows us as people of action, next year, I'm going to ask all Rotarians to help achieve that goal by holding Rotary Days, public-facing events that showcase Rotary at the club or community level. Rotary Days should be free, they should be open to everyone, and they should demonstrate the value of Rotary, both Rotary's value to the world and to its members. The rest is up to you. The purpose of Rotary Days isn't just to find and bring in new members. The purpose is raising awareness of our organization. And we want that awareness to be there across every demographic, not just people who are better off financially, not just people established in their careers, not just people who are thinking about retirement, not just people who are special, but everyone of every income level and every generation. We know that we are to represent our communities. To do that, we have to be thinking about diversity. Is our club truly a diverse club and representing our community? When it comes to Rotaract, I think we've spent the last half century missing out on the best chance we have to bring more and younger members into our organization. It's time for us to stop missing out and start paying much more attention to one of the strongest programs that Rotary has. Today, we have 250,000 Rotaractors in about 10,000 clubs, but only 27% of Rotary clubs sponsor a Rotaract club. I'm asking you to double those numbers. In case you didn't hear me, I'm asking you to double those numbers. So at the end of the Rotary year, I'm looking for 20,000 Rotaract clubs and sponsorships by 54% of our Rotary clubs. Rotaract was conceived as a way for younger people to get interested in service before they're ready for membership in Rotary. Somehow we've gone along expecting that next stage to take care of itself. And after 50 years, it's clear that it won't. The overwhelming majority of former Rotaractors never have any further contact with Rotary. And how could we expect Rotaractors to come knocking on our door if we never invite them over? Thanks to the last Council on Legislation, it's already possible for Rotaractors to be members of both Rotaract and Rotary. We need to take advantage of that by strengthening the relationships between Rotary clubs and Rotaract clubs. Getting to know all of our Rotaractors as individuals and knowing who's ready to be invited into Rotary. Work together, have service projects together, run joint meetings every so often. But especially, let's treat our Rotaractors as younger colleagues, not as interns. In the coming year, I've asked all of you to create a leadership development plan to help grow the skills that we have in all our Rotary and Rotaract clubs. Rotary International is working with Toastmasters International to identify ways to incorporate, yes, please, to identify ways to incorporate Toastmasters expertise in public speaking and leadership training into the Rotary experience. We'll start with making Rotary-branded training materials available for Rotaract clubs in July of 2018. You know, it's hard to imagine now what my life would have been like if I hadn't been invited to join Rotary 38 years ago. Sorry you had to see that. Not just the experiences I've had, but the person I've become have been shaped by Rotary in such fundamental ways. And looking back at everything that's brought me to where I'm standing right now, what's pushed me forward, what's led me to never say no when Rotary asks, is the inspiration I've found in Rotary service. The way that Rotary lifts up your vision, lets you see farther, pushes you to see a world in different and deeper way. In 2018, 2019, I will ask all of you to be leaders for change in our organization so that we can do more for more people. I ask you to focus on sustainable service so that Rotary and the planet it serves will be better when we leave it than it was when we came. I ask you to look outward to your clubs, your districts, and your communities so that Rotary will be known by its name and by its works. And I ask all of you, be the inspiration to others to help build the world that we all want to see. And I thank you for everything you've done and for all the good that we are going to do together. Thank you.
So, without further ado, I'd like everybody to welcome our Assistant District Governor, Len Geraldi.
Well, if it appears I'm struggling, it's because I am. I had cataract surgery done a week ago, and I can see clearly, but my reading is still kind of squirrely, and I'm wearing an old pair of glasses because they wait a month before they give you the new prescription. The old glasses aren't quite right anymore.
You can help us by going by the big fonts right here if you want on the screen.
But anyway, the interesting thing about it, I don't want to digress, but I had surgery done on Tuesday, and Wednesday I went in for a post-op check, and they checked the eyes, and the doctor said, okay, you can drive. And they did both eyes. So things today are amazing.
Would you rather be at the podium, or you want?
No, I'm fine here.
Okay, good. Let's do it.
So they're going to have a Rotary International Citation Goals clubs, and that's what Barry has started. And one of the areas that he's talking about is support and strengthen clubs, focus and increase humanitarian service, and enhance public image and awareness. And some of the things is like support and strengthen clubs. So for clubs, you have to have a net gain of one member, which isn't a big thing, really. Net gain. And 60% of the clubs of the club members report their birth date through my Rotary. And why this is so important is Rotary doesn't have a firm grasp of the age demographics of the organization. Not everyone puts in their age. It's not that we want to know how old you are, it's that Rotary wants to know what the demographics are of the organization. Without that, it's impossible. So that's going to be part of achieving the citation is meeting this point right here. And of course, a net gain in female members. My club brought in 2 new members 2.5 months ago. Both female, both under 30. That's kind of win-win for Rotary nowadays. And how one of them came into a club is, I don't know if anyone has this website called Nextdoor. And I happened to be on it one day, and it was a post just came up all of a sudden. It said, "Hi, my husband and I moved into the area from Texas, and we'd like to get involved in some community service. And anyone suggest where we could go to get involved in community service?" So I jumped on it right away, and she came to our meeting the next week, and her husband joined as a corporation. Our club has corporate membership now, and they're very active. They've already gotten involved in our fundraisers, farmers market where we do beer and wine, and they're bringing in. She says, "Oh, I have lots of friends our age. We're going to bring them into Rotary." So we're pretty excited about that. The other person is a investment counselor, and she again posted on one of the websites that she was looking to get involved in Rotary. She knew she wanted Rotary, but she didn't know where. So I pointed her in the right direction. So
To this club, our club?
Rancho
Oh, Rancho
Battalion.
Battalion,
Yeah.
sorry, okay.
It's the young club.
Okay, young club. So just one thing, I talked to Yatin Shah, your president, and he's in media business, and so I guess, like Nextdoor and Craigslist and things, it doesn't seem fair to me, but I guess, you've had several new members, so I congratulate you for doing your guerrilla warfare.
Well, thank you. And on top of that, we have at least one more female under 30 that's shown some interest. She hasn't come to a meeting yet, but we have to wait until she clears up some business.
Wonderful.
Okay, so also conduct a classification study and work to align your membership with a mix of businesses and professions. Now, they're not suggesting that the clubs go back to where you could only have 2 of these and one of realtor and one investment banker or anything like that. But I guess what they're saying is they don't want a club that's 100% dairy producers or...
No, lawyers would be okay, but not dairy.
Well, but you have to watch them, the lawyers, I know, the 2 of my sons.
I think what it is diversity, so we're really looking forward to diversity among job classes.
Right. Next one, please.
Okay.
So improve your club retention rate by 1 percentage point. If your club retention rate it was 90% or more, maintain it. Now, I don't think you people have an issue with that at all. That's a natural for you. And sponsor or co-sponsor a new Rotary club. That's a little more work and somewhat difficult, but it's doable.
Would satellite clubs be included, such as what the
Yes,
Sunrise
satellite clubs.
some of your clubs have done?
Yeah.
Okay, great.
You focus on increase humanitarian service. You have to achieve 3 of the following. Sponsor a Rotary Community Corps. Sponsor or co-sponsor an Interact or Rotaract club. You people sponsor a Rotaract club?
No, we're not really sponsors, but we've looked at that as an alternative. One of the concerns I think that we have is that Rotaract is normally with universities, which is great when you're up at up in your neck of the woods. But to work with the JCs has been you know, they've had financial constraints, so we're gonna have to look at that more.
Well, Interact also, which is your high school.
Interact for sure, yes.
And contribute at least $100 per capita to the annual fund. Now, I don't know how your club stands on that, but I'm the foundation chair of my club, and 2 years now, we have 100%, $100 per capita.
Len, do you know, do we have any Rotary community corps groups in?
Not that I'm aware of, okay. So how we do this 100% per capita, the annual fund, is as the foundation chair and approval of the board, every member that gets $100, we put their name in a raffle bucket. And near the end of that Rotary year, we pull out one of those names, and that person gets a Paul Harris. And
$1,000 worth.
yeah. So, and the club, and we use the club points for it. And Rotary gets more bucks, you know, for.
Great idea.
Yes. So, and it goes to the annual fund, so you're gonna get a good part of that back for your own project.
Like we did with our Petaluma People Service Center.
Right.
Okay, yes.
Increase the number of members involved in service projects. In our club, everyone's involved in something, so I don't know. I mean, it appears you have that same situation here.
We have 30-some committees for our 69 people. Yes.
Hold an event to raise funds or to increase awareness of polio eradication. You know, we talked about, my club's talked about having something in the park about polio, and free meat, coffee, and soft drinks and that type of thing, and do a presentation.
And I think we have, in about a month is that past District Governor Bob Rogers has got from Fort Bragg to Napa and then finishing
Right.
at Kanata. So hopefully we can link up with that.
That's right.
Please go ahead.
That's a good choice. Conduct a significant local or international project in one of Rotary's 6 areas of focus. That's not a difficult thing for a club to do. And this is all about achieving your citation. So all these things are really doable. You don't have to really burn the midnight oil for these things. Post a successful club projects with details about activities, volunteer hours, and funds raised on Rotary Showcase. The district governor is talking about taking part of this and using it in the district conference, which is going to be held up in Reno. And there'll be 4 districts at this conference.
Yeah, District Governor Barb says we're going to have some excellent speakers. Once you get that many clubs together,
Right.
many districts,
Right.
you get even better speakers.
So use Rotary brand guidelines and templates, people of action campaign materials, and other resources. There's all kinds of stuff available. You go to Rotary Direct and you go to media. There's all kinds of printed material you can order. And the last one I ordered actually came through Amazon. So they must have some agreement with Amazon. Amazon shipped it.
Jeff Bezos strikes again.
Yes, right. Arrange for club members to talk with the media to tell your clubs and Rotary stories. We luck out because in our club, our current president owns the local newspaper. I'm losing the name of it now. Community Voice, thank you. Your team will hit me with a $5 fine when I go to the meeting. Anyway, Community Voice. So we have 2 ads. My club has an ad and the morning club has an ad. And we rotate the pictures of the various members. And it says, hi, I'm Len Geraldi. I'm a member of the Rotary Club Rancho Cotati. And I invite you to visit our club. I'll treat you to lunch and meetings at this place and this time. And we picked up several members that way. We also had several people that came and had lunch and said, no, this is not exactly what I wanted. But that's fine too. We did get some members. And the morning club does the same thing. And your team gives us a very heavy discount on this thing because he still has to pay behind the scenes fees on this thing, even though the rest of it is free. And you know that big sign that's on 101? He has hours that he buys on that, and he'll donate a percentage of his hours to the Rotary wheels up there, and it tells about our club. So it's good to have someone that's got the position in media. Where am I? Arrange for club, I talked about this already. Okay, here we go. Host an event for Rotary alumni and highlight Rotary networking opportunities. Continue and establish a partnership with a corporate, governmental, or non-governmental entity and work on a project together. We have the city of Cotati manager is in our club, but they're a corporate. So he has 5 people in the city government that they take 4 people. They take turns coming to our meetings. And the city manager is the paying member. And so if someone else comes with them, that second person has to buy their own lunch.
Does it count for actual floor members?
No, only one's listed in Rotary. You can't list an organization, so it's his name.
But 4 people.
4 people come as corporate members. But Rotary didn't set any guidelines for that. But if you listed all 4, they'd all have to pay dues. And we'd all have to pay, the club would have to pay per capita also. But they're all chipping into Polio Plus and the Share Fund. They take turns donating. So, and they help out at our fundraisers. And they've got something coming up with youth and the police department, and they've asked us to join in with them. So it's a two-way street. Sponsor a youth exchange student or Ryler participant. You have 3 clubs here, so you're in a good position for exchange student because you've got a lot of members where you can move that student from place to place. We've had trouble in our club getting host families. In fact, we had to suspend, we're on our 2nd year now, no exchange student. So we're trying to revive it.
Citation time.
Yeah.
You want to talk about the next level? Once they go through the awards, the citation level, silver, gold, and platinum level. 1, 2, or 3 of those, and you can get even more awards, can't you?
That's what you have to achieve to receive the various levels.
Okay, do you want to take some questions?
Yes, I'm open for questions. Anything that you want to know?
The RI president said sponsoring a Rotary Day. What do you mean by a Rotary Day?
A Rotary Day is mentioned by Rotary President Barry Rassin, is where you invite the community to an event. I mean, one thing that doesn't exactly qualify, but each year when we do business expo days, Onita's Chamber of Commerce, where we're invited to have a booth. But it could be something where it would be even just exclusive for Rotary than in a collaborative event. That those would be the types of things that would be examples. So yeah, so you want to get to the Walnut Park, have a day, 3 clubs of us get together, and Len has been suggesting this, so go ahead.
5 clubs.
5,
sorry. I've actually emailed the presidents of the clubs I represent about Rotary Day and seeing if they're interested in a 5-club event. Haven't gotten a lot of excitement over it, so I don't know what will happen.
I've said to him we would support probably up to 5 people at least to be in there. Would we have the whole club involved? We have yet to work with the board and then filter it down to the
right, and it's, you know, the people have to get together to decide what it is they want to do. It's not spelled out. So I really think it would be a good thing to expose Rotary to the community and maybe not necessarily get new members, but let them know what we do. We don't toot our own horn enough.
Okay, do we have one last question? We're about out of time. Anything else? If not, Len, thank you so much for coming. It's been a pleasure to have you here. Good job. Thank you for taking the time to visit our
Incidentally, if you didn't go to Toronto, you missed a great convention. It was superb.
Okay, we'll finish this meeting by saying is that two things. One is that I want to give extra kudos to Chris Raney's board last year. You know, we were talking so far at the president level, but at the district level, there's things also, and we had many categories where we hit the ball out of the park there. So I want to thank the club for that, and we are an organization, so I like to say Rotary is a good investment, but Rotary is we. So with that, thank you for your time. I appreciate that I've got a new gavel, and with that, the meeting is adjourned.